Hey everyone, welcome to the Happy Cancer Tarot channel. I hope you guys are doing good today. Alright, so we are going to be doing your general reading. Please keep in mind that this is general, so it's not going to resonate with everyone watching. So this is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay, so the deck that I grabbed for you guys, the first card that I saw was a victim. Okay, I felt led to use this particular deck. And it's an archetype deck, and the first card that I saw when I was like, okay, what am I going to use for Cancers? Victim is what showed up. And I don't feel like you guys are living in a victim mentality. I feel like you have experienced something that you have been a victim to right here. So I feel like right now there's something going on where someone could have done something wrong to you, because it says here, because I feel like you're operating in the light attribute of victim, which says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So I feel like because you have been victimized, you are not allowing it to happen anymore. That's what I was getting. It's more of a light attribute. It's like people have done you wrong, maybe gossip about you, lied on you, tried to harm you in whatever way, tried to block you, and it's like no more. And some of you, I feel like, are like, I'm staying to myself, because I'm picking up hermit with this energy, staying to herself. Look at how she's cuddling herself, protecting herself. And that is what I'm getting from you guys. It's like you are protecting yourself from being victimized again. What else for Cancers? Yeah, I'm hearing a cycle. I heard cycle. So it seems like this has been a cycle where you have been victimized. And it feels like no more. Because I feel like there were times where you, where your boundaries, where you may not have been setting boundaries. Because sometimes, especially when you're dealing with certain people, because not every person gets the same you. So you're a different person with your family, you're a different person with your your lovers, you're a different person with your friends and your co-workers, right? So I feel like the energy that I'm getting here is that some people you may have been more lenient on. And it's like now, no more for anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. It's like, I don't care if this is a family member, anybody that, you know, anybody that has been trying to cross the line with you, you are protecting yourself. You're keeping away from. Because I feel like it's been a cycle where people have emotionally or mentally tried to abuse you. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like something that feels good to you. It's not what you want to do, but it's like what you feel like you have to do to protect yourself. See, child, orphan. This is making me feel as though feeling like you don't belong. You see how this is a child that's sitting out in space? And I feel like feeling like you don't belong because of there's something about your thinking, maybe something about who you are that's not of this world. Because this child is not in this world. It's actually sitting out of space. And I feel like you've had to be very independent at a young age, because it says independence based on learning to go it alone, to go at it alone, conquering fear of surviving. So some of you, and even right here, look, she's by herself. So it's like coddling herself. Some of you, even as a child, even though you may have had parents, whether you had parents or not, I feel like your parents may not have been emotionally available for you. You may have had to experience difficult times by yourself. Even as a child, you could have gone through things where you didn't have anyone to coddle or nurture you properly emotionally. And so you've had to learn to go at it alone. So I'm getting here very independent, a very independent energy here. Yeah, because I feel like maybe you have experienced abandonment But it feels more so, some of you, yes, physical abandonment, but it feels more so emotional abandonment. Not having that support emotionally, not having someone to properly nurture you, which may show up in you being the nurturer in your relationships, you being the giving one and being taken advantage of. It's like the child having to take care of others. But who's taking care of the child? Who took care of you? And that's what I feel like wasn't, that's what I'm getting here. It's like no one has taken care of you. And you have always been the one to take care of others. And even now, you're having to learn to take care of you. And I'm getting here that what you really are doing is taking care, in this energy that you're in, you're really nurturing the inner child in you. That's what you're really nurturing. You're having to learn to nurture and parent yourself. Because I feel like you didn't have the proper tools. There's something about not having the proper tools emotionally, not having the proper support. So it's like you're having to relearn some things. You're having to let go of certain patterns, mindsets that were instilled in you growing up. Some of you, I'm getting here survival mode too. I feel like you've been operating in survival mode, having to take care of yourself. It's like not feeling safe. That's what I'm with that survival mode. It's like you haven't felt safe. Haven't felt safe, haven't felt supported because you're super hyper independent. When issues came up, you didn't have anyone to rely on, or you felt like you didn't have anyone to rely on. Some people may have made you feel like a burden. So it's like, I have to take care of myself. Not from this world. I don't know, there's something different about you, because I heard not from this world. In this world. But not from this world. So there's something very different about you. This came out in reverse, so we gotta look at the shadow. Reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Let me see. This is making me feel like, with this shadow attribute, this person right here is making me feel like this is supposed to be like a caretaker for you. And I feel like this person with this mechanistic type of reliance that's coming through for them, what they relied on, it feels like they were emotionally void, because it says this person had no regard for emotional consequences. And that's what this is feeling like. It says emotional consequences. They had no regard for it. So it's making me feel like this is who your caretaker has, the energy of the caretaker around you, where, again, orphaned, child orphaned, and it feels like emotionally they were not present. Your caretaker was not emotionally present. And I don't feel like this was done intentionally. I feel like this is something that they may not have had, that emotional connection. This is not someone that says, I love you. This is not someone that gives hugs, kisses, let's talk about our feelings. That's what this person did not do. It's kind of giving me mechanical, engineer, right? That's what this is, the engineer type of energy, robotic, right? That's what I'm getting with with your caretaker. It's like they could have been robotic, or they could have been, just like I said, emotionally void. This is not saying that they did not love you or care about you. They just didn't know the emotional consequences. They didn't know that this type of energy would leave you feeling abandoned as a child. Because it's like a child turning into an adult. They had no regard for your emotional health. Anything else for Cancers? And then we're going to move into the tarot. This came out, rebel. So you rebel. This is you, Cancers. You rebel. And look, and I feel like this is going to be something that's going to give you a new way of looking at things, this reading, because I feel like because of the lack of emotional support, you may have been interested in Don Juans, right? You may have been interested in people. I'm picking up like a bad boy or a bad girl type of attitude. You know, you may have attracted these type of people, like people that were different than you, people that rebelled. Because I feel like you may have been like this goody two shoes, right? Rebel was in reverse. A lot was expected of you, to do what's right, to act in a certain way. And I feel like you attracted these, like I said, this is something that you like, Don Juans. You like sweet talkers, right? Or, you know, red flags are attractive to you because they feel like home. For some of you, red flags may feel like home. So I feel like here, now you may be in this energy of challenging authority, but what this is coming in reverse, it's like I feel like there could be some anger. It says here, rejects legitimate authority out of anger. So I feel like this is like coming full circle. Because it's like, because of the lack of support that you didn't get growing up, you may be a rebellious type of person now, feeling like you need to rebel. But it's coming out of, you know, that something that was missing in you. Because again, we're seeing child. We're seeing something as it pertains to you and your, look, you were chosen. Because it says child divine. And the next card is God. And that's what I'm talking about, rebel, when I was saying goody two-shoes. Because I feel like you're like the good girl, the good guy, right? And now it's like this rebellious energy, but it's coming out of anger. And I feel like it's coming out of anger because you felt like you've always had to do what's right. You were expected to be the bigger person. And being the bigger person has led to you being a victim. So you may be feeling angry. Because, and again here, you dance with danger. You dance with red flags. You're attracted to red flags. But I'm seeing here that it says child divine. And I'm going to read light and shadow because I feel like light and shadow is you. It says innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. You have a special connection with the divine. And look at the shadow attribute. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. See, something has happened. Yes, you have a special connection, but this inability to defend oneself against negative forces is coming from something that happened to you as a child. And seeking it out in these Don Juan type of relationships. And then we got here God. Let's read both. Hold on, my phone just... Why did they call me again? Sorry, guys. That was my phone. All right. So for God, we're going to look at the light and shadow as well. A benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And then the shadow is despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. And I feel like here, again, I'm seeing here being called as a child. A special connection with the divine, even as a child. There's something going on here with, this is making me feel like there's something going on spiritually with you. Some of you, let me see. I feel like some of you may have some sort of issue with the divine. I don't know what that's about. Let me see. Tell me about this God card. There's something going, and this isn't everyone, but I feel like there's something going on where someone may have been angry with God or maybe question God because of everything that one has experienced. Maybe some of you feel like what you've been through as being called, as being a chosen one, has been cruel. Some of you may feel like God has been cruel to you. Tell me about this God energy around Cancers. What is Cancers feeling? What is this energy that I'm feeling here? Some of you feel unsure. Some of you may even be feeling unsure about your connection with God. Or some of you also may feel unsure about your calling because of maybe some of the things that you've gone through. Loving. Look, but receptive is in reverse. I told you, you were born for this. God loves you. God loves you. So even as a baby, again, child divine, you were called and a chosen one, being called and chosen for this life. There's something significant about your calling and what you have been called to do. Sorry about that noise. I don't know what it is. Let me see what else. Ashamed, unworthy, disgraced, and humiliated. Again, here, a lot of child issues. We got child, and isn't, oh, that's the rebel card. But there's like 4 cards that are indicative of child. I don't feel like you guys feel ashamed. So I'm not sure what's that about. Because it says unworthy, disgraced, and humiliated. Tell me more about this. What else can you tell me? Desperate, frantic, out of control, in need, and then we got embarrassed. So maybe someone may have tried to humiliate you. Some of you may feel self-conscious, awkward, exposed, embarrassed, feeling desperate. Something is going on here. We got to get to the bottom of this energy for you guys. Hold on a second. It seems like this is a child with a caretaker. And even when you look at ashamed, there's a caretaker right there. I feel like, remember I was telling you guys about of this world, even right here, the child. Some of you may have felt like you just did not belong. And I feel like some people, because there's like people in the background. I feel like some people, maybe you felt self-conscious or awkward around people, like around your family. Because I feel like this is all centered around family and how you grew up. And I feel like some of you could have been desperate to receive that emotional, loving support. Someone definitely made you feel ashamed. And I'm seeing body. For some of you, it could have been maybe growing up where people shamed you for your body, shamed you for your views, shamed you for your way of thinking. And some of you may have just been desperate to have that loving connection, that loving family support, but just did not get it. What can you tell me about Cancers in this reading? Yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is telling me that this is like destiny. This is part of your destiny. This is fate. This is like life, like your life pattern. Like, not your life pattern, but like your purpose, like you were meant to experience this. And no, it doesn't make it easy, but it was part of what you were meant to do. Because it feels like it's going to bring you some sort of fortune. It's like it's part of your destiny, though. Because remember, this is about God. Something is coming through showing me some sort of correlation between God, meaning the heavens, source, Allah, Jehovah, whatever higher power you believe in, right? Whatever name you call that higher power, creator, universe. But I feel like watching you, and I feel like, because the next card was sad, and I feel like there, as you're sitting here, some of you may be thinking about your childhood, or maybe you could be unconscious about how this is affecting the present energy that you're in. It says dejected, feeling like an outcast, feeling like the black sheep. But God is saying you were called for this. You were born into this world. This is part of your destiny. This is your fate. But you're being watched. That's what I'm getting here. It's like you're being watched. And look at here. Some of you may have been crying. This is the, I think this is the Nine of Swords. Yeah, the 9. Some of you have been crying. But see, what I'm getting here with this crying type of energy, this is like some sort of stories that you're telling yourself. The Nine of Swords is where, you know, we're in fear, mentally in fear. And we're thinking about things. And some of the things that we're thinking about aren't completely true. Or we're like making 10s out of things that may be 5. And I'm not talking about making light of your situation. What I'm saying is you're fearing something that's not even true. So maybe you could be fearful of not coming out of this energy, or thinking the worst, like the worst is going to happen to you. And that's what's not true. That's what's not true. Remember, we saw the Wheel of Fortune, which speaks of things turning, things changing. But you're in the middle of this for a reason. And the Nine of Swords can also be symbolic for a dark night of the soul. That's what I feel like you're presently in. Some sort of dark night of the soul. Sadness. And I feel like it's triggering your inner child. Uh-oh. We got here the King of Wands coming through. So, and then remember we talked about Don Juan. So here comes this King of Wands. This could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sag. But they're sitting here. Whoever this person is, they have fire in their hand. I'm not picking up a really good energy around this person. I'm actually picking up arrogance. While you're sitting over here going through this dark night of the soul, there's someone next to you in your energy. Like, I don't feel like you and this person are talking, but there's someone, I don't like their energy. That they're coming across arrogant, stubborn. Tell me what this energy is about. This could be someone that's flaky and inconsistent. I'm not picking up a great energy around this person. I'm picking up, this may be someone, like I said, that is, it's like they're expecting you to do something. But why they got fire in their hand? Can you guys see that? There's fire in this person's hand. Royalty, purple. Because I feel like this person feels like a king. I mean, you know, no pun intended with King of Wands. But this person acts like a king. And I'm not talking about this being the King of Wands. I'm just saying, like, their attitude is that of like a king. And I'm talking about attitude, superior. That's what I'm getting here. This person feels superior. Royalty. They have like this, like, holier than thou. I am this. I am that. Very like egotistical person. So what we got here? They're unaware too, though. There's some sort of unawareness in this connection. It says blindly living without considering reality, oblivious, unobservant, blind spot. This, I feel like this is, because she has this on her head. This is making me feel like this person is your blind spot. See how she has some sort of veil on her head? And look, a hat over her head. I don't feel like this person is conscious of, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're really conscious. I feel like, whether they are or not, I feel like there's something, because remember we talked about the Don Juan. And that's why I said I feel like you're going to get some sort of revelation out of this reading and seeing how it's connected to the partners that you're choosing or the partners that you're attached to, specifically this King of Wands. There's something that you're unaware of when it comes to this person. Because it says blindly living without considering the reality. You're not looking to see the reality because there's a veil over your head. I feel like you're not seeing who this person really is. You may be looking at this person through smoking mirrors. Because I feel like they may show you something like this will be like a chameleon. They'll be who they need to be for whoever they need to be. Like, for example, if they know this will be someone that that can pick up on what their person likes and then become it. There's something you're unaware of when it comes to them, though. Yeah, I feel like you may even be addicted to this person. It says likely to become unhealthy because it seems like you may be thinking about them. Likely to become unhealthily dependent upon a substance, practice, person, or habit. And we talked about, I mentioned something around patterns. And I feel like you may be attached to this person. Attached to someone that's not healthy. And you're unaware. You're unaware of it. That this person, there's something with this person that that you're unaware of with how they're affecting you in an unhealthy way. What else? Depressed. See, sad and depressed. It says persistent long-term depression. This to me feels like this person. Yeah, I feel like this King of Wands, because it feels very showy. I feel like this King of Wands is actually depressed. And didn't I say they put on the front? There's something deeply troubled about this person. You may be trauma bonding with them. Because it feels like you may be connected through some sort of trauma. And you may be trying to hold on to them because look, dancing with them. Dancing with this Don Juan. This is someone that has their own private agenda. This is giving me like bad boy or bad girl type of an energy. They're depressed and you're sad. But you're unaware. You're unaware of this, of how unhealthy this connection with this person is. Because maybe you want to see the best. Because remember, I feel like you have like this savior or rescuer. Like always trying to nurture and take care of others. But this person is deeply depressed. But I feel like they don't show it. They hide it. They like to play with fire too. There's something that's off with this King of Wands. I'm not really liking it. I need to know more about this King of Wands. Well, let me see. Let me use something. There's something about them that's not sitting well with me. I feel like whoever this person is, they may, I don't know why I'm being led to this deck. I'm going to use this deck as well. But I'm being led to pull a card from this deck. Because it says workplace affair. I feel like maybe this is someone you've worked with. And if you didn't work with, I feel like they engage in workplace affairs. Tell me about this King of Wands. I feel like they may have you upset right now. Whoever this person is, male or female. We got here caught. Found evidence on their phone. Someone said something. Caught in the act. I feel like they could have got caught up, whether it was by you or someone else. But they would never admit it. And now what I mean by admit it in this energy, I feel like if they were approached about it, they would deny it. That's what I'm saying. Like whatever evidence was found, it will be denied. Some of you are suspecting that they're doing something. And I feel like this may be confirming it for you because I'm seeing with the Nine of Swords, like something is bothering you when it comes to this person. And you just can't put your finger on it. You're unaware. And I feel like this person is doing something. They play with fire. Some of them are having some sort of workplace affairs. or some sort of affair. We got here clarity. Yeah, see, you're looking for clarity. A new perspective. You're going to get mental clarity. Didn't I say with this reading, there's going to be some sort of revelation for you? I was wondering why I was called to use that deck. You're going to get mental clarity. You're going to gain, because I feel like here, you're in the dark. You're in the dark. Look, the veil is covering her face. Right here, the hat is covering her eyes. I can't see. So there's something that you are unaware of that's going on. And you're going to get some sort of clarity. You're going to gain a new perspective about this connection. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. You're going to get some sort of new perspective. Because I feel like they're going to get caught or something is going to come out. Tell me more about this King of Wands. Envious. They're attached to someone. They may have like there's some sort of envious, like, I don't feel like this person may be jealous, but I feel like there's something going on with them and like a jealous ex of theirs. This person likes to play with fire. I'm telling you, like, they like, just as much as you may, how I was saying that you guys may attract like these bad boy or bad girls, or at least you attracted that with this person. Maybe you don't have a pattern of attract. Some of you do, some of you don't. But this person is that energy. It's like a rude boy, a rude girl. It's like they're a rebel. And I feel like that attracts you with them. But they are attracted to this, like there is something going on here with this jealous ex. But it's over with. Because that's what I'm saying, it's an ex. They're on this skull. It was over with. They have some sort of ex attached to them. But there's still, guys, there's still something else about this person that I can't put my finger on. And they're like, dig deeper. So I'm going to pull this one more card from here. And then there's another deck I'm being led to use. There's something deeper going on with this King of Wands. Resentment. Resentment. Look at here. Heartbreak. This person has some sort of issue. Didn't I say, I feel like you and this person experienced like similar traumas? Because I'm seeing here, this is like a child. And this is making me feel like a mother-child, caretaker. This person has some sort of resentment. And it feels like towards their mother. And I heard siblings. There's something with sibling rivalry going on. Like this mother may have pitted them against their siblings. And that's why they act so arrogant. There's something about power, needing power. And I feel like it's because they've been hurt. But I feel like this hurt stems from... What is that noise? I feel like the hurt... sorry about that. I feel like the hurt stems from some pain with their mom. Despair, hopeless, damage. It makes me feel like a vendetta against women. I don't care if it's male or female. Someone has issues when it comes to women. And we got here toxic. I feel like they engage in a lot of toxic relationships with women. That's what I'm saying. It says dig deeper. There's something deeper. Depression, remember? They have an issue with their mom. They have resentment towards their mom. And there's also something going on with a jealous ex. So I'm going to pull... Okay, so I'm going to do an extended around that King of Wands because there's a lot to unpack, I feel like, with that person. I'm going to describe them more in depth. But before I do that, for those that are unable to come to the extended or want to know, some of you may not want to know more about this King of Wands. I'm going to do an extended around that King of Wands. And but before I do, I want to predict what's going to happen for you and what advice Spirit has for you, Cancers. All right, let me see what Spirit wants you guys to know about your journey, because this reading seems like it was more so about you. And I'm gonna also see what they want to say about this King of Wands, because something showed up. They showed up in your reading for a reason. And again, for those that's not able to join the extended, I want to give you some sort of closure and understanding around why they came up in your reading. So let's see. Why did this, let's see what first why did this King of Wands come up in your reading? Oh, it says wise up. Begin to understand the truth of the situation, even if it's difficult and painful. Spend time alone to help bring clarity and make peace with them. Oh, there's somebody, they're doing some work. That's what that noise is. Yes, see, clarity, boundaries. And we talked about personal boundaries. That's why they showed up. That's why that King of, this is someone you need to wise up about. You're going to gain some sort of new perspective and wise up. And you have to have boundaries with this person. I'm not saying you're meant to be with this person or not. We're going to look more into that in the extended. But just for those of you that are not able to come over to the extended to get more insight, like you need to wise up when it comes to this person. You need to see them with new eyes. There's something about them that you need to see. And you need to see that you need to have boundaries with this person. They're stressing you out. Tell me more about this King of Wands. That why they showed up for Cancers. What do they need to know? What a mess. The situation has gotten messy. Too many outside influences. Didn't we talk about the mother, the ex, depression? Like they like to play with fire. It says, but love isn't always clean and pretty. Love will rise again and become stronger. So I feel like you can't have like this, what is it called? This romanticism. You can't romanticize it. This is messy. This is not saying you're meant to be with this person or you're not. It's just saying this is a messy situation, a messy connection, and you need to wise up. You really need to see it with clear eyes and not with these, you know, rose-colored glasses. Oh, you're just the best. You need to see this person's flaws. You need to see them for who they are, light and the shadow. And because look at here, the under our energy. So let me get this straight. You want me to go down that path again and repeat the same cycle all over again? Tell me you are joking. Because see right here, this makes me feel like, yeah, see, you're meant to lead the way. But how do you lead the way? Set personal boundaries. Because some of you, they're going to come back around again. Because you're like, what? I'm supposed to go back to this after I got away from it, after I gained clarity over it? Like I say, we'll look into it though in the extended. Let's see, what is Cancer? I'll tell you in a second where we're going to look at an extended. But for those of you that's not able to join the extended, it says here, yeah, this is messy, and some of you may be approached where you need to revisit this connection. All right, what advice for Cancers in general? And then we're going to predict what's going to happen for you guys. What advice for Cancers? Don't settle. Don't accept your current circumstances as the best you will ever get. Don't be afraid to start over. And didn't I tell you guys that too? I was saying about how just in general, like that wheel is going to change. So if you have been experiencing a lot of adversity, a lot of issues, I feel like you're not meant to be in that position. You're not meant to have, you know, to be stuck. You're not stuck. You had to go through this, and that wheel is going to change. And Spirit is also encouraging you not to settle in anything, not just in this relationship, but just in general. You know your worth. Know your worth. And don't be afraid to walk away from people. I don't care if it's twin flame, soulmate. Have your boundaries and don't be afraid to walk away and think that that's all that you're ever going to get. This person is all you're ever going to get. This job is all you're ever going to get. Your money, your bank account is all that there will ever be. No, there's a lot more for you. This is not your current circumstance, and don't allow any situation to make you believe that. So let's predict what's going to happen for you guys. Where's my prediction? Yeah, we're going to predict what's going to happen for you. What's the prediction for Cancers? A heartbreak will come to pass. That was the opening card. A heartbreak will come to pass. What's the prediction for Cancers? a betrayal will come from an unexpected source. So that's what's going to happen for you. I'm going to look into that in the extended though. But what's coming your way is a heartbreak is going to come to pass, and a betrayal will come from an unexpected source. So we're going to look at that too in the extended. So in the extended, guys, I'm going to look at 3 things. I'm going to look at that King of, I'm obviously going to look at this stuff, but I'm going to look at that King of Wands to see how you can recognize them. I'm going to describe who they are, how they view you in the situation as it pertains to the two of you, and their feelings for you as well. That's the first thing we're gonna. That's the first thing I'm going to be looking into. I'm also going to look at this heartbreak that's going to come to pass. I feel like it may be connected with this King of Wands, but we're going to see. Pull individually to see what this heartbreak is about. Now, that's the second thing. The third thing is around this betrayal. I don't feel like this betrayal is from this King of Wands because it says an unexpected source. I feel like you would be expecting it to be this King of Wands if it was the King of Wands, but it's not. And I'm going to look into who this is. I'm going to look at who is going to betray you and what they're going to do to betray you. So if you want more insight, come on over to the extended. The link is going to be in the description box. I'll catch you guys over there. Bye.